Folks, we're going to take a look at installing the tools we need and getting started with Lab Zero here. So for the tools we need, you'll want a GitHub account. So go to github.com, make yourself a free account. You don't have to pay for anything here. This is my account is Eric Chinesky. Again, use your whatever username you want here, perfectly fine, but it will be public in this URL here. So if you use your name, just know it's public. Most people in tech have a public GitHub profile that sort of they can use for their portfolio. But if you want to use a username, that's perfectly fine, whatever handle you want here. So make a free account here, and then we're going to download the GitHub desktop client. That's desktop.github.com. You can download it. This will work on Windows. It'll work on Mac. It's great. It gives you the GitHub desktop client tool here that we're going to use. It'll take you to log in. It'll take you back to the website and bring you back here to the tool. It's a great tool for syncing our code with the GitHub repository, which is just a fancy word for the GitHub cloud, the copy of the repository in the cloud. We use R, go download R and R Studio. I've got these ones downloaded and installed already for mine, Linux, Mac, Windows, whichever your version is here, and go download this one for R Studio. It's great. You can use the cloud version here, but I would prefer you to do this locally, and then we're going to put all of our files in GitHub anyway, so it works out pretty well here. So go ahead and download this version, and we should be good to go. Okay, so it'll get you the tools that you need for the class, or you can, again, use the virtual desktop if you want, whatever method you prefer. Usually it's easier locally, and on the virtual desktop, it doesn't keep your files around, so you have to go and do a couple extra steps every time to keep your files. But that's getting the tools installed for you. And then we're going to jump into the first lab here. So in week 1 here, we've got our Lab Zero assignment here. It gives you a classroom.github.com link. So click this link here. And I use this tool because it creates a private repository that you'll have access to and I have access to. Repository is just a folder, and we use GitHub as a cloud hosting provider of the Git source control tool because they give it away for free for educational use, and they got a cool bunch of bells and whistles. We don't need the bells and whistles right now, but it's nice to get familiar with some of this tool. So you click the button, it makes you a repository. It's got OCC in the username, and then it'll be dash your username here. So mine says dash Eric Chinesky because that's my username. So whatever your username is great. Click the link, and this is your private repository for the course. Okay, we'll be using this for everything we do in the course here because this is where we're going to put our code because code should live in a tool that's made for code, our source code here. And this happens to be a great one for it. Okay, once we've done that, now we need to get a copy of that folder, that repository, on my computer. So I'm going to click this code button and say open with GitHub Desktop. It says, hey, do you want to open GitHub Desktop? Yes, I want to open GitHub Desktop. And the GitHub Desktop client says, okay, let's take this URL, this repository, and let's put it on your computer. Where do you want to put it? The default is your documents, GitHub, and then name of the repository. Defaults are great, but you're welcome to put it anywhere you want. I don't care. You just need to know where it is because we're going to go put stuff in this folder shortly. Okay, so clone makes me a copy. Then what I want to do is I want to make sure I know where I put it. Again, I put it in my documents GitHub. I'm sorry, this piece is important. Pick the for my own purposes, the second option here. If you pick the first one, you can run into occasional errors. They've got a small issue, but it's nothing bad here. We can always work around it if you run into errors here. So I've got it here. I've got the copy. I can always find the folder with the Show and Explorer button. It'll open up my file explorer right to that folder here. See users, Eric, see documents, GitHub, CIS 2141, winter 2026-Eric Chinesky. Sorry, I've had a lot of coffee today. Been getting over being sick and finally starting to feel a little bit better. Still have a bit of a cough and cold, but rounded the corner. And in this folder, you'll see a README file, a gitignore file, and this hidden.git folder. You might not see that unless you're showing your hidden items, which is a good thing to have. Just leave that folder alone. That's where all the Git magic happens. Gitignore says let's not add certain files here. And then the README, I'll show you in a little bit, is how we can add stuff on the website. It works out really nice here. So that's our folder. So now I'm going to fire up RStudio, and we're going to make a project in that folder. Okay, so it's actually pretty easy if you copy it here. I forgot I want to copy it. So if you just click in the white space for this path up here, you can Control-C copy. And in RStudio, oh, yep, I need to update. We'll do that later here. I don't want to do that right now in the video. And make a new project. So go to New Project here. You probably aren't going to open up any existing stuff here. I've got stuff from last time here, but I'm going to make a new project, and it's going to say, hey, where do you want to put this project? So I want to put it in an existing directory here. Right, and where do you want to put it? Oh, look, it even knows from last year here, but I'm going to go and paste in my path here. Goodness, there we go. No, paste. It's not letting me paste. Okay, I'll just hit browse. That's fine. It's going to be a little cranky. So I'm going to go to my GitHub folder and find this semester's, not last year's, 2141 folder here, winter 2026. There we go. And then I want to add one more folder inside of that here. So one more folder inside of here. So I'm going to right click and say I want a new folder here for Lab 0. So I want to put it inside of this folder because I'm going to put a lot of different projects in their main repository folder here. Great, so we've got that. I can create my project. I'm just going to go make that here and make a Lab 0 folder for me. It says, hey, welcome to R. Got all of our basic stuff here. We don't have any files here yet, though, right? We've got our R project here. So if you notice inside that folder, now I have a Lab 0 folder. That's the folder we made. And I have an rproj file and an rproj.user folder. That's all your user settings. Just leave that one alone. Perfectly fine here. And if you check the GitHub desktop client, it says, hey, there's new stuff. There's an rproj file. That's our project file. We want that. Just leave it alone. Okay. And in RStudio, we want to go add a new file to our folder, right? So we want a new file here. We want an R script here, and we'll just call this lab0.r. Now we have our R file open in RStudio here. We probably don't need the console or terminal. I'm just going to leave those for right now. Um, you got a lot of stuff here. You can slide these around. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and print. And then the first thing you always print anytime you ever learn a language is hello world. I don't know who came up with that convention, but I type print parentheses and then single quotes here or double quotes, whichever one you want here. You can mix and match. I'm sorry, not mix and match. You can use either one as long as you have them matching, right? You start with a double quote, you end with a double quote, start with apostrophe, end with apostrophe. Then I hit the run button and it runs my script and I see my output here in the console down below. So we get hello world from line 1. Very exciting here. So what we're going to do for the lab here is you're going to go interview a partner here, meet someone in class, and introduce them here. So this is making sure we can get everything into GitHub, and then you're going to post that code in the Lab 0 discussion forum as you get to know each other. So you can first post, try and meet a partner, say, hi, I'm looking for someone here. And then in the forum, after you've met with the partner, connected with them, ask them a couple questions, you're going to print here just some outputs here for their name and pronouns. I'm Eric Chinesky, and I go by he and him. I'm going to print their major here. So I am a doctoral dropout. I started back in 2019 in the program, and then COVID happened, and my daughter had surgery and got a spinal cord injury. I was out for a little while, and then by the time I got back to it, there's a time limit, and my advisor said, you have 2 years, you're not going to finish a dissertation, don't try. You'll just be miserable for 2 years and not accomplish anything. And I said, okay, well, that kind of sucks, but thank you for the good advice. So I dropped out essentially all but dissertation. And maybe at some point I'll go back, but that's okay. You're gonna ask what they do when they're not at OCC taking classes. Well, for me, I teach at U of M Dearborn, at Walsh, at OCC, a couple places. Teaching doesn't pay as well as the industry does, but it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy that. I have 7 kids at home, and I run. So I'm training for. I do a marathon every year, the Free Press International Marathon. It's been a lot of fun. You run over the Ambassador Bridge back through the tunnel, so the little bit in Canada is really nice. It's a really good race and good, nice and peaceful and quiet out there. And then I play D&D. So lots of fun with that. I have all sorts of D&D swag, and I like to wear that. So that's what I do when I'm not here. And then what I'd also like to see is the most interesting thing you've seen tech do. So most interesting technology, whether or not it's satellites or it is things like medical advancements or things like virtual reality or AI tools, whatever you think is the most coolest thing here. So mine is related to health because I used to work in healthcare IT. So I think the coolest stuff I've seen is around health analytics here and things you can do with population health. Turns out if you take care of people with preventative health care, it's less expensive in the long run here. So it's a lot easier to prevent someone from getting congestive heart failure than it is to treat someone for congestive heart failure. So population analytics is really cool stuff, things we can collect. You can do all sorts of really interesting stuff with that as well. So I've got all that, and if I hit run, it will run, just that line, right? So what you want to do is you want to grab all of it here and hit run, and now you get all your lines, right? So it runs the things you've highlighted here. But great, I've got my code. I hit Control S to save. You can go File and Save here. I like all my shortcuts. And now in the GitHub desktop client, it says, hey, I see an R file and I see an rproj file. Great, we're gonna go ahead and commit. A commit is just a fancy word for a snapshot. So it's gonna save the state of that folder. Git is just a glorified file watcher. It says, hey, you put something in this folder, I'm gonna go save a snapshot of what does it look like at this point in time. So I'll say lab 0 done. I'm gonna commit. Now, this is a manual syncing process, and you can imagine that's probably a good thing. Like a Google Doc changes as other people work on it. You don't want your code to be changing while you're working on it because it probably won't run for you very well. So you'll manually sync, you'll make the commit, and then you'll push that change to github.com, right? That pushes it to the origin, the central repository here. And then we're in sync and all that stuff goes away. You can click the view on GitHub button here, and you can go see it on GitHub, and you can say, hey, there's a Lab Zero folder. You can open up the Lab Zero folder. You can click on your Lab Zero R file, and you can see your code right here online. And that's what you're going to turn in this URL for the assignment there for the lab. Okay, so we'll have the discussion piece to go find a partner, and then you're going to post your code introducing them, so we all get to know each other a little bit in the discussion forum, and then you're going to turn this in for the assignment piece of it as well. If you got any questions or concerns, let me know. Always happy to chat. Reach out, and look forward to it.